Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to me. I know things are crazy right now, but it's still nice to connect. And congratulations again on the film.
Thank you so much.
Um, my first question is for Zendaya. Hi, Queen. um, so one of my favorite aspects of the film is the discussions Malcolm and Marie have about identity, and the way the identity informs, the creation of art, the consumption of art. You've done so much incredibly inclusive and diverse work in the past. I want to know if I could get your thoughts on the identity and what your favorite part about is it creating and being a part of these inclusive, authentic, diverse projects where identity is at the forefront.
Right, of course. Well, I think for me, I've just been grateful, right, to be a part of these beautiful projects. And I think, I do give that credit to Sam as well for being collaborative in that sense. I think he really does believe in true, honest collaboration and bringing whatever it is that he writes his as much as he can and puts as much as he can personally into a character and then gives us the rest of it. And I think a true testament of that is not only our collaboration with this movie, which we were able to bring our heart and our soul and our creativity into, but also in Euphoria. It's really exciting. We have like Hunter has co-written an episode with him, and I'm excited for that to come out because that's so special, and her to be able to have that creative input in a real honest way. I think is that is filmmaking. This amalgamation of a bunch of different things. Malcolm says it, and I think that it is so special and it is so important. And I hope, at least in my career, to be able to continue to be a platform to allow other creatives to tell whatever story they want to tell, and the space to be reflected and be seen on the big screen. So I feel very lucky to hopefully be a part of that as I come even more into my producerial hat, and I understand it even more. I hope that will be the impact that I make, but it is incredibly important.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
And John David, same question for you. I want to get your perspective on that and the importance of like identity and authenticity in projects like this.
It's something that I very intimately can relate to when it comes to identity. That's what took me so long to act was trying to have my own identity. That's why I play football to try to establish my own identity. Um, what Malcolm is ranting about is this just some of that is insecurity. A lot of it is insecurity and him having the right to decide what he wants to show people as and what parts of himself he wants to show people, and not to categorize him into something, put him in a box. And I wouldn't say it like he did, but I would
Mhm.
scream a lot of that. A lot of that has been what's been motivating me to get to this point, is to have my own identity. So I think stories like these are very important, and the work that Sam Levinson, Zendaya, Hunter, and company are doing is inspiring, and that's why I'm so grateful that they included me in their family on this one, and to be able to continue to tell these kinds of stories.
Well, Malcolm's rant was cathartic, and I loved it. So it wasn't a rant. Well, that's all the time I have left. Thank you guys so much again, and congratulations. I can't wait for everyone to see it. Beautiful, stunning.
So much. Appreciate it.
Bye. Hi,
Hey, thank
Sam.
you for having me. How's it
Thank you for
going?
taking the time out to speak to me. I know it's crazy times right now, and let me just say it's an honor to get to talk to you because Assassination Nation and Euphoria are like my favorites. I know you probably heard that a bunch of times, but thank you again.
Oh, that means the world to me. I mean that. Thank you.
And congratulations again on Malcolm and Marie. I guess just to get things started, I know you've already amassed like a impressive filmography in your career so far, and now you've done these big productions. But with Malcolm and Marie, especially, I feel like it's with all that's going on in the world right now, it's this back to basics tone and character study that harkens back to like older classic movies. So, like as a filmmaker, what was it like stripping down this big productions you've done before in the past and getting to just do this like back to basics, like this pure character study?
It was it was it was exciting in the sense that, look, when I think we first started talking about this movie, it was like, it was in April, I want to say, and it was sort of an exercise of, can we tell a story that's emotionally resonant and that's engaging with just the bare minimum. It's just two actors, one house, no location moves. It's basically one scene. We're not cutting anywhere. And look, I think ultimately what draws you to a film is the emotionality, is the characters. And so it was an exciting challenge of like, can we actually do this and make it work? Is it going to be a disaster? Is it going to be, we didn't really know going into it. And so it was a beautiful experience. It was like 21 people, or something like that. It was very small, and we all had to work together to make this thing work.
It wasn't a disaster at all. I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
And the film's discussion about identity and the way identity informs the creation of art and the consumption of art is obviously a debate that's still going on in the film industry right now. But it's not often like you see it on screen, like we see it online. Can you talk about like the inclusion to like put that in the film, and yeah, and like what you wanted to expand on that, like by bringing these discussions about identity and art?
Yeah, well, because I think look, what's interesting is, I feel like, the discussion online has informed a lot of the business of the film industry in some ways, but it's also not really reflected in the art itself. And because I was writing a story, about characters that worked in the film business, to Black characters that were in the film business, I thought, what, is Malcolm not going to have any issues with Hollywood right now?
Mhm.
Of course he is. So it felt natural to kind of to bring in the critique of the industry, and also at the same time start to understand a little bit about the about how in some ways, it can feel like, about not wanting to have your work dismissed,
Mhm.
as as an artist because of your identity, which is in some ways the flip side of the way that we some normally talk about it. But I was thinking about Jewish playwrights like Arthur Miller when he was writing Death of a Salesman. He's like, I don't want people to start talking about this as if it's a Jewish family. So I'm gonna name the kids Biff and Happy, the least Jewish names ever, and and tell the story in a way where it's about a family, an American family. And I think that what makes filmmaking unique and beautiful, and why diversity is so important to the film industry, is that it is a collision of identity on set. You're
Mhm.
constantly bumping up against all of these other perspectives and life experiences, and out of that, if you listen to it, if you pay attention and you care about it, you can maybe bottle something up that feels a bit more universal. And I think that that's what's fascinating to me about film as a medium. It's so collaborative, and also at the same time, like, I just, I think that, what's important is letting people tell whatever story they want to tell. And if
Mhm.
we're able to kind of support one another and ask the right questions and push them to be better, then we can start having kind of truly radical perspectives that you don't see. And that's what excites me
Mhm.
about the discussion of identity, and in this film, and also about the future of filmmaking.
Preach knowledge bombs.
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it was really cathartic to see them discuss it on screen.
Well,
That's all the time I have left, Sam. But thank you again so much, and congratulations. I can't wait for everyone to see it.
oh, thank you so much for having me. It means a lot.
Yeah. Have a good one.
All right. Take care.